Okay, let's start out by having you introduce yourself and tell us how you've been involved in the hospital.
I'm Bernice Godfrey, and I have been involved in the hospital for 100 years.
Bernice, I'm going to have you say that one more time. If you'll say that whole thing again, I had to turn the sound up a little bit on you. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Bernice Godfrey, and I have been involved with the hospital for a long time. I was fortunate enough to be on the board of trustees, and then they asked me to be on the foundation, and they can't get rid of me. And I have been involved in the foundation through the Jubilee Home, which has been an essential part of health care here, providing rooms for people who were at first undergoing chemotherapy and families that were with them. And now it's for moms who have little babies in the NICU unit. And we have another Jubilee home over on the River Road campus, and it provides rooms for people who are injured in Zions Park, hiking, many, many things. It's been a boon to the community.
Can you tell us a little bit about what went into building the Jubilee homes?
One of the things, may I tell a real story?
Yes, please.
My husband, who looked like he needed a handout, was standing outside Carrie Hipworth's office, and she's looking at him thinking, I hope he doesn't come in. We had a motel here. And he walked in and he said, why are you taking food out of the mouths of the motel owners by building this home? Knowing full well that he was going to help. Because my parents had to come to Salt Lake and stay with us when they had health care issues. So, as a result, he gave Carrie a check, and she couldn't believe it, and that's how the Jubilee home started. They had a few dollars, and the people didn't get the vision until Bill came to town. And I got to do all of these things because they wanted him on the foundation, and he said, I can't, I'll take her. So that's the way it happened. And it's been great. It's been a wonderful experience to see health care in this area grow to the extent that it has, and the leadership that we have here.
Can you talk a little bit about the Child Development Center and your involvement?
Well, how can you not love these beautiful little children? And it's made it a safe place for them, and it isn't just babysitting. It is. The children are learning things that are helpful in school forever, social skills, ABCs, all of the things that children need to learn. Plus, it has freed up the staff to come with not feeling guilty by leaving their children. We have lots of single parents, and they had no place to take and leave their children, and it's good that this is here and it's a safe environment. Besides that, it's fun.
I think I heard this story. They were in the board or someplace. They were talking about this home, and you stepped up and said, how much do you need? Let's make this happen. Can you tell us that story?
Well, we had people who couldn't see the need for it, and it was unfortunate. Of course, anyone who knows me knows I have a big mouth.
I think it's the drinking fountains.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sorry. If you just start that over, we can't shut those off. So.
We were in a board meeting, and the idea for the development, and it wasn't called that, it was called child care. And a couple of the people on the board couldn't see the need for it, and it made me very unhappy with them because I had heard the stories from the staff that it's impossible to get good good child care. And so I said, okay, how much do you need? And wrote a check. I love writing checks. And that's how it started. I don't take credit for it because it wasn't my idea, and I certainly wasn't the brains behind it. But money does count.
Can you talk about any other things that you helped
Well, my favorite place in the River Road campus is the meditation room. It's a place where anyone who's been in the hospital with loved ones, it's stressful. And they need a place where they can get away and just gather up their thoughts. It's beautiful. It's muted in the light and the colors. Many donations were given by wonderful people in the community. But my favorite thing in there is a little piece of crochet that says Godfrey. This little lady crocheted it for my husband as a thank you for a room at our motel that we owned at the time. And it's very tender because when I look at it, there's love in those stitches. There's love in that room. We've had a Halloween party in there. We've had a wedding in there. And we've shed a lot of tears. And it's a great place.
Can you talk a little bit about when they were talking about building the new campus and the involvement you had there?
Well, when they first started talking about building the new hospital, a lot of people in the community couldn't see the need for it because they loved this Fourth East campus, which saved many lives, and it truly was a great place to come. My husband and I build a lot of things in Salt Lake, and I could see that they were thinking small. Most of the public buildings that are built these days are never large enough when we open the doors. And I told the architects that, and they didn't believe me. And guess what? When we opened the doors at the River Road campus, we didn't have enough beds. We had a flu epidemic, and people were in the halls. And the Formaster family stepped forward, made it possible for IC Dixie Regional to buy the property, and the first building over there was the Instacare. And now we have 3 buildings that are going to be there, and women and children's will be there eventually. It's amazing what healthcare has done for this community. And IHC really needs to be congratulated.
I forgot to tell you, we'd like to say Intermountain Healthcare. Not
I know it. I get fined all the time. I understand it's Intermountain Healthcare, but it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. So
we're going through that with everyone today. So could you talk a little bit more about what you think the hospital and Intermountain Healthcare have done to help this community? What kind of difference it's made?
Well, I live in Sun River, and many of the people that have moved to Sun River and to the areas around made the decision because of the health care in this area, because they're not kids. I mean, well, they are to me. They're 55 years and older, so. But it's amazing how many of the people have utilized the hospital and the skills that are here. Dr. Millar, with his heart program, came. He didn't just come one day and open up the operating room. He came down, he trained the staff long before they ever came into the hospital. And that's just one portion of it. Healthcare has been amazing. It was Mickey Mouse in a lot of areas until we got the River Road campus and all of the physicians that are coming. We have people coming that we never dreamed would be here. And the Life Flight, we have the helicopter that serves so many people. It's up at least twice a day, rescuing people. So I could talk forever, and I usually do, so anytime.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the Jubilee of Trees and what you think that does for the community?
The Jubilee of Trees is the opening of Christmas. It's amazing to see the children come and ooh and ah over the trees. and the older people. I can't tell you what it does to the hearts of the people that come in there and they stand and look at those magnificent trees, and the volunteers are absolutely amazing. I've never seen such a dedicated group of people. The day after the gala is over, they start all over again with the Jubilee, planning what the trees are going to be and what they're going to have and the theme, and it's amazing.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Well, you've got to see this parade here. Hey, we'll wait for people this pretty all the time. Hi there.
Huh? They're filming about the best daycare in the world. Go. Go.
You can't get cuter than that. Let's quit.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's good.
That's good.